Hello, welcome back, and thanks for joining me. Judy here from Thistledew Creations, and I'm just putting some more touches onto my Pastel Steampunk journal that I'm making for Cheryl's Crafts collaboration. She sent us the digital files to print out the printables to use to make the project, whatever we decided to make, and I decided I needed another junk journal. So that's what I'm making, and I'll do just a really quick flip through for you. The cover has some laces around the outside edge. We've got pocket pages where I've glued 2 pages together, and then where I didn't glue 2 pages together, I stenciled, and that's another pocket page beside there. And then some of these pages I did a double pocket, so a journaling card and a little booklet. And I think this is video number 6, so there's a whole series that you can watch of me making this journal. The center has the balloon, which I love. More pockets. More stenciling. The other side of the stencil page has another double pocket. So we've got this fold-out booklet with a flip and a pocket that still has to be filled. And then another tag with a steampunk gear, and this tag opens up to journaling space. I have a feeling it's supposed to unfold one more time here. Where is it all? I guess that's it. 2 pieces there and 2 pieces there. I have a feeling there was another page, but I must have lost that when I glued the other piece on. Anyway, that's extra journaling space in there. And this is supposed to line up with the clock face here. Another pocket page, another stenciled page, lots of writing space in this one, plus some storage space. So probably what I'll do is any extras from the kit that I've printed, I'll put in those pockets. And then the back cover is just plain. I'm thinking of adding this belly band and bookmark on the back here, because it'll go well with that. And I decided to I was going to put some sort of metal thing at each end, but I think I'm going to use more of this lace to glue this, to cover the holes. I used my punch that automatically cuts the hole. So I was going to put like a brad. I guess I could still put the metal part of the brad and just glue it down. I don't want to go through the page and have them in here. Then I'd have to cover them. So what I could do is cut off some tabs and just glue the head down so it looks like it's holding it down. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so let's find 2 gold ones, because I've used some gold in this book. Make sure they're the same size and the same color. And then I'll grab my jewelry pliers with snips. Let's see how this works. I've not done this before. Okay, so I think I want to get right in there close. These snips are very stiff. They don't want to open for me. Cut that off. Or maybe what I want to do doesn't want to cut it, which surprises me because it's just thin metal. Maybe these aren't the snips to use. I don't think that it's super strong metal. I think that they're super dull snips. 2 more pairs here that I can try, and if they work, I'm going to throw these ones away. Don't need that in my life. So I've got this Flip Snips, which if you're short on space in your craft room, this is a great 2-in-1 tool. You've got needle nose pliers. You've got, I think you can use this to use with your crimp beads, and then snips. And you flip them over, and it does have a little locking thing here. You can lock it, I think in the other position, they lock closed, like that. I think these were from Home Hardware, where I got them. Now, let's see, I've got these ones spread apart, so let's try cutting them one at a time. And I was thinking if I cut them just maybe a 1/4 inch, there, that one actually cuts. If I cut them just a little long here, then I could fold them over. Now I could flip it over to my pliers and just squeeze these down. And that way that'll accept a bunch of glue and it'll go right on top. And I'm thinking I might just put the little flowers underneath that if it will center on a trio like that. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'll cut myself a little trio of these little, they're not really flowers, they're just circles, but they kind of give you the feeling of little rosebuds. We'll cut the prongs off of these other ones, this other one. So just separate them so you can do them one at a time. If I had this, like, you know, the second one I make of this, maybe I will put my belly band on before I glue the paper on the other side, but it's too late for that on this project. Oh, that's a hard squeeze, I tell you. I did it, but it's almost too long. Let's see, all that. Oh, I gotta cut it again. I just cut it a little too long. I know you can't see anything that I'm doing. I'm sorry. You can probably do it by bending it back and forth too, if you can't get your cutter to cut it. There. That did the job. It was not fun or easy, but it did the job. The hand hurts. I don't have the strength in my hands that I used to. And then just bend these in. Pretty easy to bend, but they're just sharp right now because I just cut them. And if you're gonna squeeze it, protect the face of the brad with a piece of paper or something if you're going to squeeze it. Like this. That did the job anyway. It's flat enough. Okay, so my bookmark, where did it go? Here it is. Needs the corners rounded. That makes such a difference, doesn't it? And this is already backed with my graph paper, and that's firmed up quite nicely when it dried. It still could maybe use another layer, but I'm happy with it. And I'll use the pink ink because I've been using that throughout the journal. And that's just going to accentuate those edges nicely. Cover any spots that might be white because I did trim these by hand. I see some white edges up this side. Whitish. Not terrible. And across the top here, it's kind of a white edge. So that just gets rid of that. This side doesn't really need it at all, so I'm not going to do it because I've found that this method can be messy on the back. So this is where I want it. I don't really want to leave that exposed. I'm kind of trying to cover that. It's okay that it's there, but this is where I want this. This is where I want this. So I'm going to do a couple things here. I'm going to hold it in place, and I'm going to measure down to the bottom here. I got 3 inches. 3 inches, that's close enough. So I'm going to use my 3-in-1 so that it's strong and glued right away. I'm going to put it on the back side here. And I've moved it now. I didn't really want to do that. I'm just going to do around this curve. Might as well do the other side too. Okay, I want that there. I want this here. I just want to make sure this is straight before it gets solidly glued. Make sure this will move. It's not touching the glue. And then on the face of here, I'm going to put over that hole on both sides, trio of these little flowers. And then right in the middle of each trio, I'm going to put a brass fastener. Get that excess glue off of there. This is where we start to bling up the book, right? So we're going to add some brass here. I want to go through and add a few rhinestones and things like that to give it some shimmer. Because my prompt was oh, I can't think of it. My prompt was gyroscope shimmer or something like that. Gyroscope is the word I couldn't think of. And then we'll just need a few seconds. And then that gives me a bookmark that's removable with some journaling space on the back of it. And let's do some more blinging. Where would we want bling on the front? Maybe on these little buttons. My bling box is right in front of me here. I have sequins, but they're in blues that are a little too bright for this, and the silvers just don't work. We've got antique brass everywhere. Let's see what's in this top section. It's nothing. I think these are all clear. Clear's okay. Don't have a lot of gold ones, I don't think. Tiny ones. Those are the ones I probably want. Just the teeny tiny ones. Let's see what else I've got here. I've got some purple ones. They would need to be really pale. Got some pearl ones that are the right color. And a blingy butterfly. Some pearls and some pink rhinestones. And butterfly is a possibility, and there's more of those if I need them. Maybe scattered throughout the book, use some of them up. Those are too bright. I've got a couple butterflies, I imagine I'll use them. And these ones are pale enough, I think. And then the bottom drawer, I think, is greens. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use any of those. These pale ones are pale enough, but they're not the right shade. These poor things don't get used much. I got to remember to bring them out at St. Patrick's Day and use them up. So on the cover, where will I bling? If I just do tiny little clear ones, I could do in the front of that hat. Put them up onto this paper so I don't have to keep trying to pick them up. Oh, I've spilled a bunch. And I've got some pale blue ones here that I was thinking, oh, those are too blue, but I see where I might be able to use them. Just nestled in with these flowers here. Sorry, I don't want to leave these scattered. I'm going to pick them up. A few more here. Get that out of the way. Okay. So I've got these 3 spots where they could certainly be a little bit of bling. And I've also got these points where there's these bows. And this one I think is pink. Yeah, I think I could put these pink ones on these bows or on these spots in between even. What am I going to do here? Just put a dot of glue on here. Has to be a pretty small dot. There it is. And then I'll put this little pink rhinestone into the dot of glue. Hold it down so it stays and position it into place. So there, and there. I need another pink one. I think my tweezers are sticking to it. They want to go face down every time, just like toast when you drop it on the floor. Stick into my fingers too. Here's another pink one. Pink and purple. Yeah, that's a purple one. Sorry I'm talking so quiet, but it's just because I'm working with something tiny, I think. It doesn't make sense, I know. There. And then maybe a bigger one up here. That's maybe too big, but let's use it anyway. I'm going to move it down a bit so you can still see the gold. And these are stickers, but I'm still gluing them so they stay put. There. I still want to see that gold part of the umbrella. And I think I'm going to add them here and here as well, and then one right here. It's time to refill my glue bottles. Maybe I'll do a video on that next. Adventures in glue bottles. What color is this one? Clear. I'm going to go with clear here. It's like there's a little bow or something in those spots. Clear gem. And I'm sure that people have tricks for working with gems, and I haven't watched very many videos for that. But I know there's some sort of pencil thing that picks them up. I just don't know what it is or how it works. Okay, so that's a little bit of bling on the front. And then I was thinking some blue ones down in here, like the centers of those flowers, there's some dark blue dots. And if I just add the blue gems on them, it would really make them pop. I don't know why these are so sticky. I keep cleaning them off and they're still sticky. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least of these little blue spots that I want to do. Let's start with one and see how it looks. I guess it must get a little more glue every time I use it. It gets glue from where I'm setting it down. Okay, I gotta flip these over to find the blue ones. There's one. There's one. Keep that one on my pliers for a second. My tweezers. Another one here. Let me find another blue one before I put the glue down. That one's a blue one. Yep. On that way down here. Sort of looks a bit random. And if I had little gold ones, I would put them on this hat box, or hat. Let's see where else we can put them. I don't know. I think just the cover should have them. I thought about doing them here. Pink ones, I think, would be good, or purple ones even. Seem to have a few purple ones. Interesting, this little fleur-de-lis detail is different. Skip it. The purple one. This one. That's really weird that that one is different. Unless it's a repeated pattern. You can only see so much of the pattern here. One more purple one. There's one. I find that really strange. It's kind of in the middle, so I guess it's okay that it's different. Maybe I'll put a pearl there on one of these bigger ones. Bigger purple ones, and put it kind of up here where it looks like it's missing something. There, that gives it a little more presence. As the center focal point, I could almost do like another little bit of bling around there, but I think that's plenty. Sorry, I'm talking so quiet today. Just wondering if I need the same sort of thing on here, just with clear ones maybe. Blingy Steampunk. Okay, so right in the middle of each of these circles, we will put one. See if I can do a few at a time. Grab these clear ones. It's definitely fingernail night. As soon as I'm done here, I think it's going to be, I don't know what time it is, actually. I'm thinking it's middle of the afternoon, but I'm not sure. Anyway, it'll be time to start thinking about what's for supper, change the laundry. Tidy something. Actually, I've got some Happy Meal I'd like to get together. If I can manage the time. And I just made an Etsy sale during my last video, so I've got that to do too. Get that ready. My Etsy shops are listed in my description box if you're interested in seeing what I sell. There's some craft supplies, there's some vintage things, lots of vintage things. Mostly kitchen items, but other things too. I have a big collection, not a huge collection, but I have collected Pyrex and that sort of thing quite a bit. So there's some of that kind of stuff in my shop and other vintage items of all sorts. What I sold was some vintage brooches. I'm wondering if it's one of you guys, because I have been sharing my Etsy store information on the days that we're allowed to in some of the groups. And if you are a member of one of the groups that I'm in, I sure wish you would tell me when you place an order, because I would put extra goodies in for you. So that blings that up just a little bit. And then I'm just wondering if I want something in the middle of the clock, but I don't think so. If I did, it would just be another little silver. Clear, really. Crystal. Yeah, that really does look cute. So you can see the glitter and you can see the gemstones on there, rhinestones. Yeah, so that's making me overall feel quite happy. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me bling it up a bit. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.